This is Fitzy and Wippa.
I'm Fitzy and that's Wippa.
Happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast. Today's a big one. We didn't think this was going to take off, but what crawled onto your face? Mate, so many calls.
I was at schoolies week once. One of my mates... Oh, no, that's a different story altogether.
Well, that is not something that you want to wake up to, that's for sure. Do not ring in with fruit bowls if you can.
Or fruit bats, mind you. Bit more topical just because of Corona. Hey, how'd you go with tour yesterday? Because I was 4 down by about 11:30, if you know what I mean.
What a
Chug,
loser.
chug, chug.
What an absolute loser.
Miles
You're
having a couple
disgrace.
of-
Have a bit of respect for the diggers,
I was
mate.
on top of Mount Frothy Oscar. Don't worry about
Oh,
that.
my gosh. I was at dawn service. Hey,
Oh, jeez. Give me another one. I was having a couple of Oprah tin frees by about 11 o'clock. Don't worry about that, mate.
what an absolute loser.
Oh, you beauty.
Absolute
No, I'm
loser.
sober. I'm
Hey,
sober now. Have fun.
Look, that was a family holiday that went wrong. Absolutely ruined it. We're going to be talking about that later on in the podcast.
Fitzy and Wippa.
How are you going on school holidays, everybody?
How much fun.
It's just, it is awesome. We just spend a bit of time with the family.
Do you know what's good about...
For the first 2 days, and then after that, it's just like, okay, what are we going to get them to do now?
Our kids get up, depending on the morning, it was consistent over the holidays around 4 a.m.
Yeah.
On the morning before Easter, the excitement was raging in the house. Oh, the bunny's coming.
Yeah.
Ted was 1 a.m. Can we get up now?
What?
Jack was 3 a.m.
Oh, jeez.
Can we get up now?
No.
And it has been no break.
So we're having problems, just little things. They just that they don't agree on anything anymore.
Right.
The two brothers, Lenny and Huey. We go out for breakfast now, and we always played spot at the game, the memory game.
Great
but now
game.
Huey wants to do a quiz because he wants to kill because he's good at the quizzes these days. So he wants to kill everyone in the quiz. Lenny wants to play spotter. Then you start the day badly straight away.
Do they wrestle?
I mean, there's moments where you are just at home going, oh my gosh, what are we going to do with them now? Okay, the worst thing as well, and look, it doesn't help with Mother Nature hasn't helped us at all kicking off the footy season, right? So the first 2 games were rained out. Then we had Easter last week. The kids haven't even had a kick of the footy.
Yeah.
I mean, since last year, then we went into a pandemic last year. I mean, Huey hasn't played for over a year. Lenny hasn't played for 9 months or so. So we finally, this weekend, we get a game, okay? And look, don't get me wrong, I was even worried leading into this because it's just, you know what, the local councils, you are hopeless. I'm sorry, but you know what? Who cares if the kids come out in their footy boots and the ground's a little bit muddy? That's what they're there for.
Yep.
The only silver lining that we've had from this weather, right, is that our parks and our ovals look pristine.
Yeah, they're beautiful, they're
'cause
green.
You're not letting kids train on them or play on them.
I saw a woman there the other day down at the park. She had a broken heart. She was crying. A teardrop fell to the ground and the council shut it down. That's it. Too wet, too soggy. Sorry, guys.
So this week, so remember on Friday, we ended up having 15 millimetres of rain on Friday, Sarah. So I'm freaking out going, they're gonna call off the footy again.
Yeah, imagine if they got dirty.
What, Saturday? Oh, no, imagine if there's
that.
mud on their knees.
no.
Just let them go. We used to play in the hail.
Come on.
So anyway, 6 a.m. I get up early and I check my phone. Game's still on. Under 9s. Des Moines Power is on.
Bang.
Versus Newtown Swans. This is the thing, Sarah. As I'm checking my email, I hear the boys' bedroom door close. Lenny's up early, mate.
Fired up.
I go out into the hallway and Lenny's got his jersey on already. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
I then go downstairs. He's doing 50 sit-ups.
No way.
Mate, this is 6
He's
a.m.
crunching.
I mean, we're still talking 6-7 hours away from the game, Sarah.
Yeah, good effort.
He then jumps up onto the door frame and he's doing chin-ups. This kid is ready to go, right? He's still got ages before the game's on.
Yep.
We get to the ground. It's been moved from 5 Dock to Goddard Park at Concord, where all the parents are there. We all get there early. We're all high-fiving as well.
We're back on.
I'm water carrier, so I put the bib on and I'm ready to go, Sarah.
Waters are full.
The kids, we got there so early that the kids have been training for about 4 hours. They are warmed up, ready to go.
They're exhausted
10
by
minutes
now.
before before the game. I'm looking around for Newtown Swans. So I'm looking for, I don't know, Pixies T-shirts and happy pants. I'm looking for the Newtown... I'm looking...
Milk crates for seats.
I'm looking for the parents. There doesn't seem to be any Newtown Swans around. 10 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Kids are ready to go. Newtown Swans rocked up to Maroubra Oval.
Oh, they didn't get the note.
No, they completely
told them.
They did get the note, Sarah.
Oh, but they got given a different ground.
They just went to the completely wrong ground.
Oh.
No one knew. So after all this time,
Oh, no.
after all the weather, the kids, and then there was this moment where we had to go over and inform the kids that there's no game on today and you got to play against the parents.
Lenny's still doing
once
sit-ups.
again.
Oh, is that what happens? There's not enough to do an inter-club game?
Lenny,
Yeah, couldn't you split the team in half and go
We're doing Gelati's, guys?
No, not enough. So you had to play against this. And then there was a moment like afterwards where Lenny was so off it. And because, I was trying to fire him up. He didn't want to get involved. Do you want to go up and play in the under-10s? Nah.
No, he's cracked it.
He's lost all interest.
Oh, yeah.
You filled the water bottles with your tears.
I can't even... do you know what I'm going to do this weekend?
Here we go.
Whoever we're playing this weekend, I'm going to pick the coach up at 6 a.m.
Book smarter these holidays.
With whatif.com, you can book everything for your trip all in one place.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
Make up for missed holidays with What If. It's Aussie for travel. Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
We were talking about school holidays earlier in the show. Actually, I was thinking about this because we're trying to occupy the kids and we're getting away for some of our first road trips in the school holidays. We haven't done this for a while. Remember Alan Joyce came out and everyone hounded him for this, but he had a go at the travellers at the airport saying it's taking longer to get through because people are inexperienced and they can't remember to get through the security.
Yeah.
Is that you've got to have everything ready to go. It's taking a lot longer to get through. And
laptops.
People were blowing up, but there is an element of truth to that I think that we haven't been on holidays for so long that when you actually go on them, you don't know what to do.
You've got to be skilled, guys.
13 24 10, if you did go on a road trip or you went interstate or you did something over the school holidays but it was a bit of a disaster, it didn't work out. We decided to go up and stay at a farm in YE, which is about an hour and a half northwest of Sydney. And it was only for 2 days. We said, let's just jump in the car and get out of the house. It was pet friendly, Sarah, so we got to take Beastie. He just chased bush turkeys for 2 days the whole time. Nearly got to a couple, but didn't. They're quite
cute.
cunning bush turkeys. They're great to watch. It was that was the entertaining thing for me. I just pulled up a six-pack and watched the dog just chase bush turkeys.
Good
all
luck.
day.
There goes one.
The other thing as well, because we're out in the middle of nowhere, right? I had a nice little pool in the backyard, so the kids swam all day, but there's quite a few insects. So the best thing about my wife, I think the one thing that she's changed about me over the years, if I saw a spider or an insect, my first reaction was I would step on it.
Kill it.
And get it out of the way,
Problem
right?
solved.
But now my wife, I actually find myself when I do see it, Sarah, is that I take the extra step now to actually, okay, I want to save. This is a
capture,
living,
not kill.
It's a living thing. I want to capture it, get it outside, and it can go and find its family out there. So we rock up to this place, and this place is riddled with insects.
Okay.
So then it got to the point where we tried to get the boys to sleep in the room next door to ours, but there was too many insects. So I agreed, I'll grab the mattress from your double bed and I'll put it on the floor in ours and you can come and sleep with Mum and Dad. Didn't help that night, the first night, is that BJ saw a spider go under the bed and she won't kill it. And we can't get to it.
And you don't know where it is.
And she wants to capture it and send it out to... as she's explaining to the boys, it's Mummy and Daddy is out there and we've got to send it back so it can find its family.
And the boys have got a mattress on the floor?
So we've got a mattress on the floor.
No.
So we couldn't find the spider.
Was it a huntsman?
It was a huntsman.
Big brownie.
Now, this is the thing. I don't think this was the one. But what happened that night is that we went to sleep. And it would have been about an hour and a half later. The lights went out. And I thought Huey was dreaming because he said he woke up and he was in a panic and said a spider just crawled across my face.
Oh,
Now, I thought he was dreaming and I thought, this has happened to me before. He's kidding himself. It's not at all. I turn on the light and I'm not joking, but there was it was the size of a coffee mug. and it was on the boy's bed. So this thing had crawled across Huey's face and landed on the bed.
Don't.
It was an absolute disaster. So for the rest of that night, we captured it and we sent it out.
Yeah.
We didn't kill it.
With a thong?
We got it out, but this is the thing: no one could sleep for the rest of the night. The rest of the holiday was a disaster
Because you
no one
didn't
could
know
sleep.
whether that was the spider that crawled under the bed.
The boys were just whimpering the rest of the night. I said, "Boys, we got to try to relax and get to sleep." I finally get to sleep, and then I have a dream that there's a spider on me.
And was there?
So all BJ could hear was this. Me hitting myself in the face.
I know that
but
feeling.
That was a dream.
No.
It was like Inception. We were living in dreams. We didn't know what was real.
What was real? What was happening? What wasn't?
I had to spin something just to make sure I was in the real world.
But you know that feeling when you go, I mean, we had one in Francesca's room, but it was dark, and I'm holding Francesca when she was really young, and I could just see the darkness of the spider crawl across the floor, but I'm trying to get her to sleep, so I'm not about to put her down and risk the sleep while trying to kill the spider.
But did you try after you'd put her down to find the spider?
Couldn't find it.
Did you
So
try?
then, I'm under the bed with the torch on my phone, lying there looking underneath. And then I went, am I the worst parent in the world? Because I've now got her down, she's in the cot, and I'm going to leave the room.
Yep.
Let's hope they both sleep well.
I want to know, because you also hear the statistic that, in your lifetime you swallow
11 spiders.
Is it I thought it was 8, Sarah. Now you put a bit of icing on that.
25.
An extra 3.
I thought it was 15. I dialed it back in case Huey's listening.
I'm going to open this up. What's crawled across your face?
That feeling when there's something, and it happened to me not long ago, and it was a cockroach.
Yes, cockroaches all the time in Sydney. And
no.
you swipe
Yep,
them
and
in
you
your sleep.
feel it.
Oh,
The other one is if someone's got, and I always think about this because I saw it on a show one time, where someone ends up with a bug in their ear.
well, Mum, one of Mum's friends had that, and it was a Christmas beetle, and
That's a
she
big
kept
beetle.
big beetle, and she kept thinking, why do I feel as though I can hear scratching? Yeah, had to go to hospital to get it removed because they dig and
And I think a mate of mine, Sam, had happened to, and he had a bug in the ear, and the doctor just poured oil into his ear. So just standard olive oil, could have been canola or sunflower, I don't know.
Don't try that
And
at
it
home.
floated to the top.
Don't do that
Crawled
at home.
across your face. Tommy, you had a next door neighbour do it, didn't you?
Yeah,
Was it
great,
Steve?
yeah, great guy. Really great guy. We'll catch
Craig.
up again soon, I hope.
Vicky in Croydon, what crawled across your face?
It was a redback spider on my toddler daughter's cheek in the pool.
Oh, in the pool, Vic.
So you could see it, Vic?
I could. She was just learning to swim, and I was in the pool, and I encouraged her to jump in. She jumped, the head came up, and there's this redback spider on her cheek.
Oh, so in that moment, you're thinking it could pounce and it could bite at any time. So what did you do, Vic?
I was freaking out, inside, but I'm smiling at her because she's only a baby, and I'm trying to get to her as quick as possible. And then I was like, what do I do now? Whack her or hit her, or what do I do?
Yeah, what did you do?
So I just backhanded the spider off her, and my heart was pounding 1,000 miles an hour.
That is scary, Vicky. Really scary.
Vicky, well done.
Okay.
Saved the day. Kirsten in Botany, what crawled across your face in bed?
So it wasn't across my face. It crawled on my leg, and and it tickled, and I kind of thought it was a hair. So I didn't really think much of it. But then about 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, my ex-husband wakes up screaming in pain because one of those little flying German cockroaches had crawled into his ear.
Oh, no!
So, it was so deep in his ear that it was like against his eardrum, so it was
Scratching.
affecting his balance, and he couldn't stand up.
Oh,
So we had to race to the emergency room, and they did like what Wippa said. They flooded it with oil. They had to get an ENT specialist to come in and like take it out with tweezers in pieces because it was so far.
And he was in real pain.
He was in agony. Yeah, it was scratching against his eardrum.
Oh, my God.
this is not what I
I'm
want
going to have to
hear.
sleep with earplugs now.
I'm sorry, but we've got another one with crawling into the ear. Gary from Mount Druitt. Gaz, what was it?
Yeah, as a spider, stripes all over. I don't know what brand it is, but it actually
Adidas, I think.
crawled into the wife's ear.
The triple
Crawled into
stripe.
the wife's ear, and same situation, screaming and stuff. Took her to the hospital, to the emergency there, and they've sort of like received. They can see that it was in there and squirted it out. The nurse screamed when it came out, and yes.
Was it still alive, Gary, when it came out?
It was, yes, it was alive. It was. That's why the nurse screamed and jumped because it was live and running and jumping around.
Oh God!
And then they squashed it.
Oh, so...
Hey, I...
Squashed it on the head. Squashed it on the wife's hair on the head.
Oh, right, okay.
We are having a bit of a chuckle here to see what some of these calls that are coming in, because we're asking you what's crawled across your face when you're asleep or across your body. Tommy in West Pymble, what crawled across your mum's face?
A rat.
Oh, what was his name?
Peter Slipper.
I couldn't tell you.
So Tommy, what did she freak out? What was the result?
I wasn't there, but it sounded pretty gruesome.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants a rat crawling across their face?
Tommy, were there many rats in the house? Like, was it a surprise that there was a rat around?
Oh, there's often rats around the farm.
Yeah.
Not normally in the house.
As long as it didn't bite her and she needed to go and get an injection.
I mean, is your mum one of those tough farm mums, Tom? She can put up with anything?
Well, she grew up on the farm, so I think she's definitely tough there.
Oh, my God. Thanks, Tommy.
Well done. Chelsea in Waverley, what happened to you in the middle of the night, Chelsea?
Yeah, so I was just a bit thirsty in the middle of the night, had a sip of my water glass, and it turns out a nest of baby huntsman spiders had hatched next to my bed. So I swallowed about 11 spiders, and in there were hundreds everywhere, all in my bed, all over me.
Oh, that's horrible.
That is it.
Chels,
Isn't it?
do you know what happened when we were away in Kangaroo Valley, during Easter? I only kill a spider if it's near the kids. And I walked into the bathroom where Francesca's cot was, and there was a spider in there.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll just kick it with my foot and squash it against the wall, which I did. Then hundreds, thousands of little spiders ran out of it.
Oh, because it would have been carrying the sack of baby eggs.
So quickly, Chelsea. I couldn't believe it. All up my leg.
Well, I can definitely relate to that, except at least you didn't swallow them.
So, Chelsea,
my God.
could you feel the baby spiders just crawling all over you, or?
Yeah, well, when I first had a sip out of the water glass, I felt something like hair across the glass, which I guess was a spider web.
Yeah.
And then I just felt them crawling all over my face.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Chelsea, you're winning so
There's
far.
a movie
That's
in that.
Horrible
It's a
story.
horror movie. Jess in Bondi, who came to the rescue with a huntsman, Jess?
Hello, am I on?
You're on, Jess.
Awesome.
Far away, Jess from Bondi. You loose unit.
I have a huge huntsman phobia. I hate them. So I got out of my car, kids in the car, just in a random car park, and there was a huge one crawling across my car.
Oh, yuck.
And so I, in a panic, just grabbed the first person to come rescue me, and it was Simon Wiggle.
Oh, legend!
Simon the Red Wiggle.
Absolute legend. Helped me. Saved the day.
So what, did you get out of the car and he jumped in and got it out for you, Jess?
No, it was on the outside of my car. So I got out of the car, kids were still in the car. I turned off the car thinking I'm just going to get the kids out. And then this huge thing crawled over my windscreen on the outside.
Oh, my God.
And, of course, I, couldn't see anyone and then saw this poor guy get out of his car. And I was like, please help me. And then as he got closer, I was like, oh, shit, Simon Wiggle.
So he took off his skivvy, swiped it off the
Yeah.
car. Captain Feather Sword came along and stomped on it.
No, then you make him perform for the kids in the back seat.
He used his deep baritone just to get rid of it.
Vibrated it off the car.
Toot, chugga, chugga, piss off, spider.
This is one of their newer songs.
No, it's not. Daniel in Woolaware, what crawled across your mum's face?
Yeah, mate, a possum basically fell down our chimney and ran into the bedroom trying to get out. And
awesome.
so my mum woke up with these beady eyes looking at her and
A little possum on her face.
screamed, and just ran out and shut the door, slammed the door, left my dad in there asleep.
Oh, man. Daniel,
It's
that
pretty
is...
hairy at the moment. He just got a blanket and tried to wrap it up, but it was pretty scary.
Mate, that is because they have the sharp claws.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can rip
Yeah.
and tear.
But
Don't
imagine
worry.
that. Imagine the claws on your cheek and you look up and this is that little pink nose.
I know.
Staring at you.
We've got them up in the roof at the moment.
Oh, my God.
We've been sending the dog up there.
Don't do that.
I
because
don't know about
the
that.
smell of the dog They go away for a while. They come back after a while, Sarah. But
How
the
do
smell,
they get out, though?
Well, no, the smell of beastie, they seem to go away for a bit,
Yeah,
the possums.
right.
But, geez, they're loud.
Do you know the other one too? Friends of mine, they've got pythons in their ceiling. They live in Byron Bay. Anyway, they got the snake handler to come out, and the snake handler said, you know what I'd do? I'd let them stay there because they scare off the other bad snakes. So if a red-bellied black snake was coming into the area,
You'd get rid of it.
the python would get rid of the red-bellied black snake. So what do you want?
Yeah, but
Keep the pythons in the ceiling.
Pythons are the ones that wrap themselves around you and choke you out,
Well,
don't they?
not a boa constrictor. They're just pythons.
I
Maybe.
don't think they're aggressive.
No, they're
unless
not.
you disturb them.
But there's still a snake in your ceiling.
Just knowing that it's up there. Far out.
Always. Everybody knows the anticipation before you're about to have a party at your place for the very. Oh, don't play that. That'll shut the party down. Oh,
yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, if you see
If he is in.
this is Club 3?
It's
Well,
not 3 now,
yeah.
yeah. We lost 4. I don't know how that's going to go. Is that after mains? What sort of party is this? Oh, now we're on.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're on.
Down at the sheath. Got an empty glass
Hey.
in my hand, ready to go, man.
What are you going to do with it?
Coming right at you.
Hey, Redfoo, settle down, mate. I was only joking.
Hey, this one's ripped a community apart in 13-24-10. Love to know if you've had a party and nobody turned up or only a couple turned up and the numbers were really low. What did you do? Because there's nothing worse than that. You know when something doesn't go to plan and you see people put on that fake energy to go, oh, well, bloody, they're lost anyway, mate. You know, they're lost, they're not here. Oh, well, more food for us. More grog for us.
I think it also comes down to preparation. A lot of people don't put in a lot of effort for invites and stuff like that. You may get just a fleeting text message.
Yep.
Saying, guys, got an engagement party or something coming up soon.
Lazy.
And then you forget about it. You don't get a follow-up.
No.
You don't know if it's going ahead.
And with how busy the world is, now that the world is reopened, you got to put in your save the date to start with. Flick out a save the date, then go onto Canva, do an invite.
I don't know if you have to go.
Because also there's this belief that if it's a Facebook invite, it's not a real invite.
No.
So you can sort of give that the
No,
50%.
it's not. It's not.
Had a very awkward 20, maybe 6th birthday. Booked out a
What
couple of
happened?
tables on a Friday night at a bar in the city. And it was a heaving bar. And I had a big area in the corner roped to start at 6.
Yep.
And I got there at 5:45.
You know, yeah.
And not one person arrived until 8 o'clock. And so for 2 hours, I was trying to say to people, you can't take that chair. Sorry, you can't take that table. No, someone is coming. And over an hour and a half later, I started to give off chairs and tables. I don't care
That was your 26th as well. That wasn't the days that you can sit there on your phone and make it. You do like
No.
you can.
What do you mean?
He's-
So what?
he's
The
not-
26.
he's not that
It was
old.
9 years ago.
Yeah, that's
we had phones 9 years ago, mate.
You were doing a lot. Do you know what, MDG? I saw, and Tommy, you were there as well. We were at a bar in Perth, and Nickelback was touring at the time.
yes.
And I think Nickelback's people said, "Hey, Chad wants to come along to this bar tonight." Almost like royalty was about to arrive, and there was a roped-off area, and Chad was the only person in there doing an MDG. No one else even cared who it was.
No, that's not true.
Would have been like he had his pants around his feet.
Would have been. The only thing missing was MDG in the same area.
I figured you out. That's the name of the song. I know if you need it.
All right. First day back, don't put that sort of pressure on him. Leno, we'll get to that one because that kicks the party off. What about this? Because the teacher at this school, the dad has told the teacher to F off, which is aggressive. You never say that to a teacher, because he put out some invites to his son's party. The teacher then rang him and said, "Hey, I've seen the invites go out around the classroom. We have a policy here at school that if you are going to hand out invites to some kids in the class, then you need to invite the entire class."
Oh, what?
And the dad has said, "No, get stuffed.
Of course.
I don't want that little guy who picked on my son Timmy last week." So he's had a blue with the teacher. Some people have said, no, that is the general rule. If you're bringing something to class and it has to do with the classroom in the school, then yes, invite the whole class. Remember the teacher used to say, unless you've got enough lollies for everybody, don't hand them out.
But what if you can't host that many kids? What if you live in a small
Great
apartment or a
question,
small
Sarah.
space, or you're taking them all like you did, Fitz? You took the kids to the movies. What if you can't afford to take 24 kids, but you can afford to
Yep.
take 6?
And you booked out your gold class and you're ready to
Yeah.
go, and the next thing you know, the teacher's telling you can't do it. I mentioned this earlier, but my wife, she's never had a party because she was always so fearful that she would send out her invites like Matty de Groot and no one would turn up.
Well, they eventually turned up.
Well, they didn't. Mate.
They were just party goers who let into the area.
Yeah, you handed the seats out too, buddy, after you couldn't hold them back anymore. But that feeling of standing around and you've got half an hour to go and who's going to turn up first? Will they be on time? You're there with your mum and dad when you're a little bit young and you're probably standing at the front window. Oh, I can hear a car. Oh, no, it's Australia Post.
She didn't do herself any favours by marrying you, too.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
she's
that
not
is-
bringing any extra guests along there, really.
It's extremely rude. And they would flood because they knew I was there. But when she was younger, it was panic, man. Absolute panic.
Keely's given us a call. Hey, Keely, why did no one turn up to your engagement party?
Because I put the wrong address on the actual invitation when I sent it out.
Oh, no. Kelly, when did the penny drop?
Not until no one was turning up about 8 o'clock. But when we went to go and get the keys, and when they gave us the keys and we went to the hall where we thought it was, and it wouldn't open, then we rang them and we realised it was at another hall.
Oh, no.
And, so we just sort of didn't panic, you know. Back then, you sort of set up your own engagement parties and put all the grog and everything, and it got to like 8 o'clock at night. And we thought, wow, this is really weird. No one's turning up. And then we realised everyone was at the other address, so we had to. Lucky he's still my brother-in-law. He stood down at the other one and was sending everybody to the new address.
Yeah.
I do love how everyone's rocked up to the wrong address, has seen that you're not there, but also kicked on anyway.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We don't need them.
We don't need the couple that are about to get married. We can do it ourselves.
We can party in this hall. That's not an issue. Thanks very much. Love to know if you've hosted a party and nobody turned up. That cold feeling. The invites have gone out. Where is everybody? George in Bankstown, welcome to the show. What happened at your brother's 7th birthday?
Yeah, so he sent out all these invites and he was all excited. Everyone was gearing up. All the food was ready and poor bugger, no one showed up.
Geez, I mean, as an older brother, George, it would have been great entertainment for you, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, looking back at it now, it was. But back then, you know, it was a bit heartbreaking seeing how upset he was and seeing all the, you know, everyone trying to console him and stuff like that.
Oh, no.
George, he's getting married in a few months, and now the running joke is that no one's going to show up to his wedding.
George, how many people were invited? Like, where was the breakdown?
Mum.
So it was all just school friends, and to be honest, I can't remember how many people were invited, but there was a fair few chairs out, so it was probably at least, 12.
Yeah.
Then there's the panic, like, get the neighbours over now, quickly.
Well, at least he won.
Yeah.
He won musical chairs, I think. that day.
He won pin the tail on the donkey.
He won everything.
He won it all.
Got extra lolly bags. He got everything. Rachel and Miranda, what happened to your daughter's birthday?
Hello. Hi, yeah. I gave her the invitations to send in her school bag to school, and she was all excited to hand them out. And on the Saturday, we're talking about the party and how we were getting ready for the party. I looked in her school bag to get a lunchbox out, and the invitations were still in there.
Crucial. I mean, it's a crucial part. She really hasn't kept up her end of the bargain there.
Yeah, I mean, do you round up a couple of kids? Do you round up a couple of kids from the local area, Rach, just to come over?
It was a bowling club thing, so I'd already paid like $400 or $500 for the party and the food. There were no kids coming, so I got on the phone to the only two parents' phone numbers I had and said, spread the word.
Spread the word immediately. 2 o'clock.
How loose are bowling club
Mum will
parties?
fix it.
Do you know what? I feel like bowling clubs are like, you can do whatever you want. Oh, you want to set up that makeshift blow-up castle? Yeah, go for it if you've made it yourself.
Yeah, as long as you're 10 skewies in.
Just 3 kids have flown away with it. That's all right. You guys want a free game of bowls over here?
Camilla, welcome to the show. What happened at your sister's 6th birthday?
So she was at school, invited everyone in her year, apparently. Her best friend, who wasn't her best friend at the time, has the same birthday.
Oh, no.
And went up to my sister, gave back her invitation, and said, I'm not going, no one's going, because I have a jumping castle at my birthday on the same day.
Oh, no.
No one rocked up to my sister's birthday.
Oh, that is...
Till this day, she's 32 now, still hasn't had a party, and she's still best friends with that girl, though.
Are you kidding me?
Man.
That's not a friend at all.
You'd be burning that.
Every year she cops it, though.
That's
Well done,
heartbreak, Camilla.
Katie in Narrowena, what happened when your husband threw a surprise party, Katie?
He was so lovely. He sent me to a day spa to get me out of the house while he prepared for the party and for all the guests to arrive. However, he underestimated how long that would take for me. And so I kept getting all these messages going, how long will you be? How long will you be?
Oh,
and I'm
subtle.
like, you sent me here. What do you mean? So I arrived home, guests have been there for a couple of hours and party's nearly over.
They're hammered.
I arrived late.
So when you walked in the door, was there any surprise?
Oh, yeah, but they were, had a few drinks.
Yeah.
Food was nearly gone, and it was like, finally, you arrived. Yeah, great, good on you.
The surprise is you're not coming to your own party.
Will in Neutral Bay, what happened on your wedding morning, Will?
So Jen's getting ready. We got married down in Fairhaven on the Great Ocean Road in Victoria, West Sydney based, and got a call about 10:30 in the morning from my mate George, kind of saying, "Oh, Will, I think I've made a terrible mistake. I thought you were getting married at Freshwater."
Oh, no.
Looking at the invite, it says Fairhaven. I don't know what to say, mate. Call me back.
So he stuffed up Freshwater with Fairhaven.
Yep. So I would have loved to win a fly on the wall when that penny's dropped on the morning of the wedding going. Oh, shit, what am I doing this afternoon now?
Oh, wow.
No,
You can't just jump in the car with that one, can you?
No, forget about it. So he wasn't there, Will?
No, he wasn't there. Never made it, unfortunately, absent.
Yeah, never made the friendship again either.
Amazing story over the weekend. United Airlines flight going from Ghana to the US, and a premature baby was born on the flight.
Wow.
Now, a lot of questions need to be asked about this. The big questions are, what is the actual nationality of the baby that's born mid-flight if you're over a certain country?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll be where you land, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if you're from Ghana, you want to be African, don't you?
Yeah, I had a mate who was born on a boat between Australia and Canada. If you can find a spot between Australia and Canada.
Yeah, so what nationality is
Well, he got the parents' nationality, which was Australian.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Or would it be smart to actually get yourself a US passport as this young child, and you have that forever? You go back to Africa.
Yep.
Then you get an African passport. But you know what? You've always got your US passport that you can travel on as well.
Can we talk about where it happened? Have you got that information? Is it,
It was
in
over
the aisle?
It was
or-
over the US. Oh no, in the aisle.
Like,
okay.
does the captain come on and say, passengers?
Yes.
1 to 35. If you could just get the hell out of there. She's crowning.
No, the captain came over and said, call for a medical professional if there's anyone.
Yep.
There always seems to be someone on board who has got experience. Tommy, you could put your hand up and do that.
Would
if
you?
you were in that
I have before, yeah. We had a
Where?
woman, she fell unconscious on the plane. I was just a Sydney to Melbourne, but there's a lot of, but there's always
She
someone.
was sitting next to you as well, which was weird.
Well, she smelt your breath, so the oxygen masks fell.
Hey, Whipfley, I wouldn't throw stones, mate. Plane activity. Remember that caller? You threw up all over his coat because you took too many still knocks on a 2-hour
It
flight.
doesn't matter. Still knocks and red
Yeah.
wine. Bad mix.
The other question we need to ask as well, this is the big one. So United are under a bit of pressure now because they're saying if a baby's born on your flight, you've got to give that child lifetime flights, don't you?
You would think so. Or Chairman's Club or something like that. Lounge access for the rest of your life.
There's so many questions, but we want to ask you, where was somebody born? I'd love to know if they got benefits for it as well. Shez has given us a call from Liverpool. Hi, Shez.
Hey, how you going?
Shez, what's the story?
So my second born got full term, getting ready to go into labour. Pains and everything had started. I go into hospital and they're like, well, sorry, beds are full. Take some painkillers. Come back when the pain gets worse. We'll have a bed open. And I never made it back.
Oh, you're kidding me. So and this happens quite a bit. I mean, they do send you back and go, you got a bit of time, just relax. So where did you actually have the child, Shez?
So my lovely second born was born in the middle of my living room floor.
Oh,
I made it out of the bed halfway through the living room to try and get ready to go back to hospital and just couldn't make it.
So, Shez, did you feel the child coming out and then you lay down and...
Well, in the middle of having a child being pushed out of you, you'd want to hope you feel it.
Yeah, no, but I wasn't sure if the baby was...
I get what you mean.
Well, hang on a minute.
Well said, Shez.
Yes, I'm trying to establish whether there was a moment that maybe the head had popped out, if I can be blunt as that.
Most definitely.
So the head was
Definitely.
hanging out. Then you went,
Everything is
oh my God.
excruciating. It's like breaking every bone at the same time. And then you see them and you don't feel the pain for a couple minutes.
So, Shez, was your husband there? Was anyone there helping you?
Thankfully, at the time, my mother had arrived before the ambulance arrived. I had 3 different ambulances arrive at the same time.
Wow.
And just as baby had finished coming out, an ambo was propped up against my living room door going, yep, okay, well, you've done a good enough job. Baby was born at 10:10 this morning. Congratulations.
We'll head
let's
off
go."
now.
See, the other question, I've always wanted to know this as well, that Shez, who do you then give the duty to clean up afterwards? Who
I
did
ended
that?
up having to stay in hospital for a few days after the fact, so I have no idea who cleaned up.
It's your mum. Your mum cleaned it up for sure.
Yeah, and did you name the kid after where he was?
Living or
lounge?
What was his name, Shez? What did you name him?
His name's Broads.
Ah,
Broads.
Better than recliner.
There you go.
Beautiful Broads.
There you go. I mean, if airlines actually gave away lifetime, for the rest of your life, you could get free flights. You'd try to bring our baby out a little bit earlier, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm not sure she's safe to fly. Your wife looks pregnant. Shut up. She's in labour. Take off.
She's only 37 weeks. We've got plenty of time.
We'll be fine, mate.
Ready to pop.
I want to say well done to Benny Fordham and the Premier of the state, Dominic Perrottet, for getting involved in a basketball game that happened over the weekend, guys. You know I love a bit of b-ball.
Well, yeah, I just hope that you weren't... You played in this charity match before and they went down to Illawarra. The Kings were favourite to take that out. You're not the bad luck charm,
I
are you?
could be the bad luck charm. I tried to get a couple of hashtags going. One was Can Dom Dunk. The Premier is quite tall, and I thought maybe... Left-hander, though, the Dom. And he was shooting them from all over the court in the...
He's a tall man.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be pretty good at the old b-ball.
He's very good.
He's a politician, so he's good at dribbling.
Oh, my God. And in the layup was extraordinary. Really good charity event. We raised some money for the Starlight Foundation. A couple of the kids were there too that got involved. A few stars on the court too. Nick Kyrgios took the game very seriously. Great athlete, mate. Really annoyed me to see this. You know what I hate? Young achievers. I've been very clear on that. He's young, he's got money, the girlfriend was there, and he can play basketball too.
Did he block you at all at any stage? Did he swipe any shots that you had?
There was some man-on-man, yeah. It was getting pretty heavy. I mean, I'm disappointed by what you're laughing at, MDG, which is the footage where I think he blocks the Premier. Yeah. The ball comes to Channel 9's Belinda Russell, which then comes to me, and I'm a bit of a fresh air, mate.
It's not the fresh air.
What
NBA
is it, mate?
players, fresh air.
Are we all fresh air, mate?
It's the technique. It's up there with...
Yeah, it's rushed, mate.
John Howard in a cricket ball.
That's not fair.
Malcolm Turnbull under a basketball ring. Now there's Wippa.
3 great leaders. 3 awesome leaders. And you know what, MDG, I tried to get the hashtag nothing but net happening as well.
Nothing doing.
But nothing at all.
But didn't they give you time? Because there were coaches, right? Shane Heal was there, and there was Steve Carfino, and they give some tuition so you don't embarrass yourself in front of thousands of people.
Well, Steve was a superstar, mate. He listens to the show too, but he coached us through it, and I felt like I let Steve down. The other person I let down, and I mentioned her name before, was Belinda Russell, Channel 9's a very own. But we're on message beforehand. I know Belinda, and she said, "Hey, we got to do a TikTok."
Oh, yes.
Because you know what? Her and David Campbell have done a series of TikToks that have taken off.
Great dancers.
Great dancers.
Yeah, he can move those. So she's got like dance background.
Yeah, she's got dance background. She's done ballet. She knows all types of jazz and tap and all of this sort of stuff. And David Campbell is your all-rounder, right? He can do any dance, sing any song.
Yeah.
On message before the game, the night before, she says we should do something for social media beforehand.
I dance. I wish I was there just to say a dance.
I wrote back, I don't dance. I didn't know how else to say it. I was just blunt. So she said, well, maybe we'll just try something. And, you know, on TikTok, there's that popular thing where you take it in turns to dance, and what a coincidence.
Wow, you can really dance.
She wanted to do one of these.
Oh, okay.
You can really dance. He went.
Oh, is this what you were doing?
What a coincidence.
Oh, pick the TikTok guy.
Yeah. And I was like, she sent that through to me, and I went, I just don't know if I can do that. And it's not since maybe year 9, year 10 have I felt the pressure to dance. And
What were you doing in year 8 and 9?
Well, you go to parties. And you know what? It was the great place to pick up on the dance floor. And I was always the guy hoping that there was some fun at the bar, thinking that the dance floor people might see me over there and go, whoa, I'm missing out.
Someone should have told you it's just the shuffle to the side, shuffle to the
I don't even
just
have that
step,
confidence,
don't
says.
So
There's
what
four limbs here.
So that was your TikTok music. What did you do to
Well,
it?
then Belinda and I pretended to do some fast basketball moves because I wouldn't do the dance. And I don't know, there she is bouncing, then me bouncing too. I'm trying to look active, catch the ball behind my back, and then twist it on my finger with a series of shots at the net that don't go in. So she's the only one that gets one in.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, and I don't know what's worse. Me pretending to look athletic like a basketballer, or what would have been the result of me dancing.
Has that gone viral? Do we know? Or
without David Campbell, I don't think it'll take off. But
Well
just
done,
that
mate.
pressure and that feel of four limbs that won't work together.
Well
You're really embracing the greys, aren't you?
So,
what do you mean?
Did you
Look
win,
at your
Mike?
hair.
Well, it's just
Did you
colour
guys
of my
win?
hair.
Did you win?
The score doesn't matter. The Starlight Foundation was the winner.
Hey, well, if this gets
smashed.
back to Belinda,
Yeah.
there's your challenge. 2022 by the end of the year.
No, I don't want to do one of those.
No, a proper TikTok dance there, like
Make
David
Wippa
Campbell.
dance.
Yes.
No.
And then Dancing with the Stars.
So that one,
Never ever
Yeah.
the one
said
that you
no to
did
that.
on the weekend got 2,000 likes.
Not many.
So maybe your next one, Whip, has to beat 2,000 likes.
There won't be a next one, Tom.
What's that Willow Smith song that you love?
Whip
that
it.
she
Whip my
did
hair.
it.
Put my hair back and forth.
No. Oh, the other one.
Oh, don't.
Got a vibe.
Caught a vibe or something.
Maybe I take it for a ride.
Don't.
Oh my God.
Belinda.
Oh, guys, I've caught a vibe, not a basketball.
Dance by the end of the year. Oh, don't worry.
I'm out.
I'll give you some extra coin just to get that
Oh,
one
you wonder
over the
why I'm
line.
turning grey, Sarah.
The Fitzy and Wippa Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.